Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I was scrolling through things as a new goldfish hobbyist or keeper. Fairly new about, about 4 or 5 months now. I just wanted to come on because I was scrolling through YouTube and I was noticing that there really isn't a lot on goldfish hobbyists or people who are really serious or passionate about the goldfish industry, about private goldfish keeping, or what is really practical for someone who wants goldfish but has a budget, and what has worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. So basically this is one of my 40-gallon breeders. There's a little goldfish in here up at the top. Hopefully he'll come around here soon. That kind of started all of this madness. That's one of my little blackmores. I love this little fish, and I just kind of, there he is at the top, that little butterfly telescope. He's kind of in the light, the little shine light there, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little kind of a go over of what I do with my goldfish and what I've had success in and all of that good stuff. So as you can see, this is I have little 5 fish in my 40-gallon tank. Up here towards the front, the guy's staring at me, this little guy right here, he wants some food. That is Whoppet. He is a fantail calico Ryukin. I have had him for the longest, him and my little orange butterfly telescope up there. Up here towards the top, he's kind of hanging out up at the top. He always has from the very beginning, but I got him kind of, like most people do, get goldfish on an impulse buy. I was at an aquatic store just looking, and I just kind of fell in love. I noticed it was like a little gold golf ball. It was just so cute and tiny, less than an inch and a half in his little body. And then when he turned around, I noticed he had a little one eye, and I fell in love with him. So sorry for the shaky camera. I'm just trying to get a decent angle here. And I kind of fell in love, and I ran home. Actually, I kind of told the lady, please don't, sell this little guy, and I bought it, went to my local, I think it's Petco. They had a tank sale, and I got a little 20-gallon tall, and I got him and the little Ryukin for a friend, and came home, and that's kind of what started it off. And I knew a little bit about cycling and things like that, but I didn't really know much about goldfish or what they needed, and I went online and I got a lot of help from YouTube, of course, of all places, and learned about cycling my tank. My tank just finished cycling a couple of months back now, so they're all healthy and happy, and everything's all cycled. The only real problem I have had now that I have gotten into it, and I've ordered some goldfish, a couple off eBay and a couple off of kingkoi.com, live koi fish, and I'm really interested in the telescope butterflies. They're my favorite fish, fancy goldfish ever, and I love them. Fat little golf balls with fins. They're so sweet and wonderful. Let me tell you a little bit about my setup in this tank. I'm going to do a couple other videos and upload them so you guys can see what kind of setups I have. In this tank, I just got some of my funky background here, but on this side I have a 90-gallon Aqueon filter, and on this side I've got another a 40-gallon Aqueon. Now I have my own filter media in there, some extra sponges. I don't really like the carbon filters that they sell for them too much. I've had actually modified some of the filters, and I'll show you guys that in a later video if anybody's interested. But that's been super fun to play around with. I also change out this tank about 50 to 80% every week, depending upon water quality. Now that the tank's cycled, I don't really need to do that much water change, but I feel like because they are still young and growing, all of these fish, that is better to do water changes weekly no matter what. My nitrate levels and my ammonia levels are under control. I don't really have a problem with buildup, but I do just notice that it gets kind of cloudy, and they are in my bedroom because I love to look at them at night. It's daytime now, but I shut the lights off so you guys can see how pretty their little light is. I've got a plant and an eco stone and 2 air bubblers. a micro mini on the left side, and kind of a mid-range bubbler in the middle by the plant, and some of my little stones I have here. I just did a water change, so everything's nice and clear, and they're going to get some peas tonight after the water change. They love the peas, especially the little guy up at the top there. None of my other fish seem to get up at the top or bite at the water, really gulp air. That's my the one problem I have with Simba, my favorite fish in this tank, maybe my favorite fish altogether. I don't know, I don't want to play favorites. But he's always up at the top, he's always kind of gulping air. He doesn't really have any swim bladder issues or swim problems, which is really nice. I've never had to really worry about that with my fish. But I have 3 Blackmores in here, again from a pet store. They actually are a Petco thing, PetSmart thing. I went and they had this just 3 beautiful, super black looking Moors in the tank. And they're just so cute, and oh my gosh, I love them. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, there we go. And I've got a little plant in there for them to kind of pick at.